Hey guys, so this is Leon. Really just wanted to welcome you to this call. We're going to talk a little bit about trading today. So for those of you who are members of the team already, then welcome. I'm going to drop you some nuggets on how we can really bring you up to speed on how to grow your trading knowledge. And for those of you who are just joining because you're interested to see what trading is about or how it can change your life or how it can impact your life, then welcome. Listen, I don't have any particular agenda for this. I just wanted to chat for a little while. I just wanted to talk. I just wanted you to have a look at my day. And we hear so much about trading right now. I just wanted you to take a quick look and see what trading actually looks like. All right. It's becoming a really popular way to add a second income on top of what people are doing. It's becoming a way to kind of for people to potentially feel like they can free themselves if they want to from the stresses of 9 to 5. But I want to just dispel a couple myths first of all, right? So firstly, this is not a way to even one get rich quick. Absolutely not. Trading takes time. You've got to learn some skills. You got to be disciplined. You got to be patient. It is an art, all right. And for those of you who are traders already, you will understand that, all right. It's an art. You definitely have to take some time and learn some information in order to be able to trade without feeling like you're gambling, all right. This is not gambling. It's not putting your finger up in the air and guessing which way that you think it's going to go. Absolutely not. And I'm going to show you some stuff a little bit later on which will help you to understand how, like, kind of the analysis that goes into making a trade, all right? So number one, you don't have to be, it's not a get rich quick, it's not a get rich quick scheme to, I'm gonna be a trader, I'm gonna make millions. Absolutely not. The other myth that I kind of wanted to dispel at this point is that you don't have to be rich to start. It's not like traders are not the guys that are just always driving around in Ferraris or jetting away on holidays. Some of them are, right? But to be a trader, what you're really thinking is, maybe I can take some of the control back into my own hands about how I earn an income from what is quite literally a never-ending stream of opportunity. All right. Guys, I'm going to show you later on. I'm going to show you on my screens. It is absolutely a never-ending stream of opportunity to make money if you do things the right way. All right. Now, remember, it's not a get rich quick scheme. All right. It's not just because you do this why you're gonna have millions of pounds in your account. You do not have to be rich to get started. There are ways where you can get started with small amounts of money. And, traders are not always the guys who are driving around in the Ferraris, who are jetting on private jets. Yes, some of them absolutely are. But traders are people who just said, you know what, if I can make a £30 a night after I come home from work, or if I can add a £20 in my account a night, then, £30 a night, 5 nights a week is going to be £600 a month additional to what you're already doing. And to make £30 a night, it's possible. All right, it's possible. It's definitely possible. So the real thing is it's a shift in mentality. It's like, okay, alongside what I'm doing, can I add an extra £20 in my account? Can I add an extra £30 in my account on a night? Some days I'm going to win some days I'm going to lose some. But if I'm generally kind of moving in the direction of gain, then I'm taking some control back into my own hands, into how I make some money. So guys, look, let me just kind of go into what I do, right? Let me just kind of go into what I do. I'm going to end up sharing my screen with you for a little while and just kind of showing you a few things about how I try to analyze the markets. Okay, so just give me 1 second. So I'm going to show you our currency. It's really important that we know what's happening with our own particular currency, which is the pound against the dollar, right? So let's go to the basics. I hope you can see this screen. I really hope you can see this screen actually, but I'm going to take a gamble that you can see this screen. So obviously trading and currencies is really about changing one currency for another. That's all it is. You're just swapping one currency for another currency. And we live and work here in the UK. So we earn in pounds. If you've got a business or if you've got a job, you know that your company earns in pounds here in the UK. But imagine that your company's got to send money abroad, or that you've got to import stuff, or you've got to buy something from a different country. Or imagine that you're actually going away on holiday, right? Well, in that instance, You can't take the pounds that are in your pocket and use them in a different country. It's not possible. You can't do that. So this is where the foreign exchange market exists. Okay, this is where the foreign exchange market comes into play. Let's use the example of the pound against the dollar. Now, you want to travel to America for whatever reason. You're going to go see the Empire State Building. You're going to buy some pizza, whatever it might be. You're going to go to the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know, go to Miami, Disney World, whatever it is. You're going to take the kids away this summer. You are going to need to swap the pounds that are in your pocket for US dollars. And that is shown on a chart, just like what we, hopefully you can see that right now. I'm really hoping that you can actually see this on the screen, because I'm going to draw some charts and I'm going to show you exactly how we kind of analyze that. All right. So we all know that we are in the middle of the biggest change in the UK political and economic scene that we've seen for generations, maybe ever. And that word is the famous B word. We all know what it is, Brexit, right? That's happening. So let's go back a little bit, all right? And I'll just show you how economics can actually affect the price of a currencies. Let's look at a currency. Let's look at a one-day price. This chart shows the movement of the price in 1 day period of time. Now, what I want to do is go back to June 2016. Okay, here we are, June 2016. So if we look at this right here, boom, 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 wow, look at this. Do you know what that is? This drop that happened right there is Brexit. That's what happened on the night of Brexit, that massive fall in the pound, all right? And then guess what happened? Let's not get too political about it, but the Prime Minister at the time, David Cameron, who promised this referendum, said, okay, right, if you vote in or out, we're gonna deliver the vote. After the vote, which happened right here, the pound crashed, stabilized for a couple of weeks. Then guess what happened? David Cameron was like, hey, you know what? I can't handle this. I'm out of here. Boom! Another crash right here. Okay? Crash, call it crash, whatever. Another massive, massive drop in the pound right here, because the economic and the political situation is destabilized. So all we want to do is we want to learn to take advantage of the movements in these prices. Fast forward to today, over the 2 years, we saw an improvement in the price of Brexit. And then as we started to get to this year, which started right here, 2019, we've seen, even in the middle of last year, what we've seen is the prices just can't break out of this kind of range. Let's use another rectangle. We've seen that the price cannot break out of, sorry, let's delete that, boom. Man, I can talk for too long about this. I'm going to have to speed up, right? Boom. Look at this. The price just cannot break out of this kind of range right here. Okay, for the most part, we'll ignore this bit down here just for the purposes of the example. But the price is kind of trapped in a range, all right? So what do I do when I'm looking at the pound right now in terms of trading it today? I probably would jump down onto a slightly shorter time frame where each of these candles, this is another thing which I'm not going to get into right now, but each one of these candles is worth a 4-hour time frame. And then look at what I want to show you. Over the past, let's go from here. So since February, look what we've got here. We found an area where the price cannot go below. This is really interesting. Since February, the price is really not going below this point right here, except for one small example, right? Except for one small experience where the price went below for a period of, let's see, from about the 23rd of April to about the 30th of April. So for 1 week, we saw a drop below this price, below this level here, and then it went straight back up. Now, let me explain to you what traders do. Traders identify these areas of what we call support. There are also areas that we call resistance. Here's one here, for example. Let's see if I can just find a quick one for you. Let's just use this as a quick example. Here is an area of resistance, okay? And what traders do, what we try to identify is where are the areas of support where the price doesn't like to go below, and where are the areas of resistance that the price doesn't like to go above. And there are ways to trade the movement of the price if and when it does go above or below these zones, or if it stays in these zones. It depends on what type of trader you are. We're not going to get into that right now. So what we try to do is identify these areas of support and resistance, and we make a decision about whether to buy or sell currencies depending on where the price is on the chart. Now, I want to add one thing here, which is really, really super important. In the normal world, you got to buy something, then sell it, and you make the profit between the price that you bought it at and the price that you sold it at. That's the difference, okay? In the normal world, let's take an example. You want to buy a car to sell cars. You buy a car for £1,000. If you can sell that car for 1,200, you've made a 20% profit. That's great, okay? Yeah, that's great. You buy a house. You hold on to a house for 5 years. The price of the house appreciates. You sell the house. You've made a profit. Absolutely great. Now, what is not normal in our kind of physical world is to sell something before you actually own it, or to sell something first and then buy it back later. But in our digital world, this is what makes trading super, super interesting, because we can actually sell stuff before we actually buy it. We can sell stuff before we buy it. So let's take an example. Oh, phone is ringing, phone is ringing. Just 1 second. Text me. Sorry, can't talk right now. Text me. Okay, done. Sorry. All right. So what we're doing is that we're finding areas of support and we're finding areas of resistance, and we want to try to buy and sell those areas of support and resistance. But what's beautiful in that, in our world, we can actually buy things and then sell them, buy at a cheaper price and then sell it at a higher price. Or what do you think some traders did? Let me give you an example. What do you think some traders did at this area here? See if we can get the ellipse. Boom. Or what do you think some traders did at this area here? I'm trying to. Okay. What they did was they saw that the price was overinflated, and then they sold before they bought. Here again, here's another one. Look, the price dropped from here. All right. The price came to our area of resistance and it dropped. Some traders would have bought here at the support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, 7, 8 areas of support on this chart. That's where you buy. But where you sell is here, 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 and here, if you are a seller. In our amazing trading world, you can sell before you buy. All right. So listen, this is the pound. For me personally, the pound is too choppy right now. I'm not really the guy that wants to trade in these kind of choppy markets where the price is going up and down. If I was to see a break of this here, let me quickly show you. If I was to see a break of this price here, and then if I was to see the price retest and then bounce away, yeah, well then maybe I might be inclined to sell at this level here. Or if I see the price go above this area of support, I'll quickly draw it out for you. If I see the price rally, go up above here, drop back down, and then go back up here, then yeah, maybe I might be inclined to get involved. But for me right now, I'm staying away from the GBP, the pound against the US dollar, until I see it in a more stable or trending position. All right, let's look at one other before I show you some tools that I use just to aid my own personal learning and to aid my own personal trading setups. One that everyone is talking about, the famous Bitcoin. Okay, so we looked at currencies, a pound against the dollar. We're looking at Bitcoin. None of this is a trading advice, please. All right, none of this is trading advice. I'm just kind of showing you what I do to analyze my screens, what I do to kind of make some trading decisions. We all know about Bitcoin, which is a digital form of payment. It is becoming more and more popular, and the world knows about Bitcoin, where maybe 10 years ago they didn't. Most people didn't. What we've seen over the last kind of a year to 18 months is we saw a real, let's potentially call this a bottoming out of the price. Okay, we saw a bottoming out of the price. Look here. Then we saw another one like literally along here. And now what we've seen as we come into 2019 is we've seen that price break many areas of resistance. I'm going to show you where those areas of resistance were very quickly. We go to our rectangle. Here is really, really important area of resistance right here. Look at this zone. Boom, 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 boom. All right, there's a nice area of resistance. The first, it was a floor. The price broke the floor. It tested it as an area of resistance. It broke it. It went away. Lots happened down here, but let's look here. It tested it again. It bounced away. It moved all the way down here. It came up. Oh, it tested it again. It said, no, thank you. It bounced away. But look, all the time, what we're seeing a gradual movement. Let me move this exact same one here. All the time, what we're seeing a gradual movement of the price in a higher direction, okay? And then what happens is it tests the price again and bang, it's gone through. I want to add one thing on the chart which helps us as traders. Is something that's called volume. If we look at volume, V-O-L-U-M-E, search, and we look at volume here. If we add volume onto the chart, we can see that the price broke this area of resistance with a lot of volume. Look around here, look. Massive, massive volume on this break, which means lots of people are interested to get involved in the movement of the price higher above the area of resistance. This is an important key, which says that at this point at least, the Bitcoin was likely to go higher. Let me show you a few other areas of resistance before I show you some tools that I use to help my learning. Here's another one right here. Look at that. Okay. At first, it acted as a floor. The floor was broken, and then we've already talked about this. It bounced up. Now it acts as a resistance or a ceiling. The resistance is broken for a little while, and then it bounces off again. As it happens, we happen to be sitting at a really, really important point of resistance. Again, there's another one that was broken very recently, but we're kind of in an interesting resistance zone right now, just about to break it really. One here, and I mean, I'm doing this really quickly, please. I'm not really putting these in a perfect position, but I'm actually just doing this really quickly for the purposes of the example. All right, do not take any of this as trading advice. So we've got here, we're looking at another area of potential resistance coming up, all right? That's not really a very accurate one, to be fair. Let's see if we can put that a bit better. Probably would look around, somewhere around here. Something like that, okay? I would look closer if I was actually, I was going to spend more time on it, but somewhere around there, we're heading into the area of resistance. So what you want to do, you want to wait. If you are interested in trading Bitcoin, yeah, you can trade it now and hope that you get a break of this price. But the safer way to do it, when we trade, we want to minimize our risk. That's key. You want to trade with the lowest amount of risk possible. Right now, if you trade now, you've got a risk that the price might break lower. You've also got the risk, if you want to buy it, that the price will go higher as well. But the best way to trade this, in my view, is to wait for a break of this area. Price will always retest to see if the break was real. It will retest, and then in all likelihood, it will bounce off like that. So if I was going to trade this right now, I know you end up probably trading at a higher price, but you trade at a higher price with less risk. That's what we want to do as traders, all right? So guys, that's kind of a quick overview into how I kind of look at some of the markets. I know this video is going on real quickly, real long for Facebook. I hope you're enjoying the kind of analysis that I kind of look at every single day. In terms of my training and education, I use something called IML Academy. I'm more than happy to show you about how to get involved with the learning and education that this company provides. What I do, click on IML Academy here. For those interested in learning, this academy takes you from whatever level of knowledge you are involved, whatever level of knowledge you have right now, to becoming competent and potentially even expert, okay? Starting from the very, very basics of the history of foreign exchange, not even like the history of trading, like you've got a pint of milk, I've got a loaf of bread, you want the bread, I want the milk, swap. That's really even what we're doing today with currency exchange. It's the very, very, very basics of it. Market participants, what is foreign exchange, what is traded in the FX market, and so on and so on and so on. These are the basics. We have more advanced videos on technical analysis. That's some of the stuff that I was just going through with you a moment ago, which is understanding how the market patterns and how the market profile actually sets up so you can identify trades. Another tool that I use, which I absolutely love every single day, is called the harmonic scanner. I need to have the harmonic scanner. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see if we can connect on that. Now, this harmonic scanner identifies high probability trade setups. High probability trade setups, all right? So what we learn to do is just analyze the market in the way I showed you previously. And this tool basically takes out some of the work for you, takes away some of the guesswork, and it uses algorithms to identify what we call harmonic patterns. This is a shape or a pattern that happens repeatedly in the market, and we believe as traders that history repeats itself. So if we've seen this pattern somewhere before, all of the times we saw it before, the likelihood is that the price will move in a certain way following this type of shape. And then this tool will actually give you the entry. Look, you can even see the price moving up as we talk right now. This will give you the entry. It will give you your protection, which is where to protect yourself if the trade is not correct, and it'll give you the areas of take profit. So even as we watch this, we might be moving towards the take profit one, which is let's see, 50. Only 10 pips on this one, but that's that. Depending on how much money you risk, that could be £10, £20, £100. Who knows, right? So what I do with this, I literally just go, I analyze the market I prefer the longer term trades. So I look for maybe like a 4-hour time frame, and we see what's happening here. Look at this, here's the entry, and already you start moving towards take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3. So this is another tool that I use. I think is brilliant. It really, really helps me with my trading. Lastly, I just want to show you one other tool that I use, which is probably my favorite right now, which is the TV. And on this IML TV, what you can do is actually look at live educators teaching right now. Let's have a little listen, see if we can get to. Here's my boy Ballet Granville, a friend of mine from a long time ago. Let's have a look and see what he's teaching about today. Let's see. Okay, let's listen to Ballet.
Right, we could see here that the RSI, when the relative this orange line, when it gets down to anywhere from 30 or below, right, then it has a tendency to then push this turn and push them. The market is going back up, and it shows on the RSI. And then when the RSI gets back up to 70, right, it drops again, and when it gets back down to 30, it's back up. But it only works well in a ranging market. If the market is trending, it doesn't work that well.
Okay, so this was like the TV channel that I use. It's a live webinar every single day, and it works just like TV, where you have your educators come on and give you their knowledge and advice every single day. So guys, there are loads of ways for us to kind of learn this amazing skill of foreign exchange trading. If I stop sharing my screen, you're going to get me back. So I think for me, that went on like maybe even 20 minutes. I don't even know, the time ran away. But it's been great sharing with you the kind of things that I do. I love FX trading. I really, really enjoy the whole idea of taking a little bit of control, learning some skills, learning how to minimize your risk, learning how to maximize your gains, and actually taking a little bit of the control back into my own hands in terms of how I create my income. There are loads of ways to create income, but this is a really, really exciting one and fun way, once you learn the skills, to kind of put a little bit of additional capital in the pocket should everything be going well. So listen, that's it from me, guys. Listen, if you like this video, then jump on, please share, please tag people that you know who are interested in FX trading. Please tag people that you know who would be interested to learn more about FX trading, all right? I'm happy. I mean, that's my world. I spent many, many years in the banking industry. I worked 10 years at Goldman Sachs and had some amazing mentors there. I worked another 6 years at Societe Generale. another French bank, and again has some amazing mentors and built some friendships there as well. So kind of banking and trading has been something that I've been around for many years. I love it. I really enjoy talking to people about it and actually trading myself. So listen, jump on board, tag a few friends. Thank you so much for listening. Went on way longer than 10 minutes, but I mean, that's the world. I could talk about this for days and days and days. Anybody want to chat to me about trading? Jump on the line. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about how we can increase our wallet size. Let's make it a thick wallet. Guys, you're brilliant. Thank you for listening. Jump on board, share this video, and I appreciate your time. Take care.